Welcome to our week 4 math work. This is video 1. There will be 2 videos this week. Our 2 essential questions. We've been working really hard on decimals and how they relate to fractions, and that work will continue in this video and the next video. So here are the essential questions. How do I compare decimals using models, and how do I compare decimals using a number line? Now, right here I put T.14 and T.14 plus in IXL, and the reason I put that down is if you're in the T section right here of decimals, if you scroll down right here, there's a T.14, which is what we'll be working on today, but right above it there is a new level called Compare Decimals Using Models. So that's actually where we're going to start first today, because I like the way they played out with models for kids to be able to compare and see which decimal is actually larger or equal to each other. Okay, so we have our 2 levels here. So it's T14, and then the new one right above it called, I'm just calling it T14 plus. So we'll start here on the plus level, the extra level. And in the past few weeks, we've worked really hard on using place value charts, understanding how decimals relate to each other, how decimals relate to fractions and whole numbers, and we've done a lot of work there. So today we're going to move firmly into models. So we have 2 models here, and the instructions say compare 28 hundredths and 76 hundredths. Remember, we want to read the decimals accurately. We don't want to say 0.28. We want to say, read the number 28, and this is in the hundredths place, so 28 hundredths. Okay. So simply here, now make sure we read the question carefully. Sometimes in math, we are really good at math, but we're really bad at following directions. So we have to make sure we read it carefully so we don't skip any steps here. So which sign makes this statement true? So we have 2 decimals here, and we have the 3 comparison symbols. And these are the 3 that we typically use in elementary. There are a couple more symbols that you will learn in 6th grade and beyond. So we have greater than, less than, equal to. Looking at these 2 decimals, we have 28 hundredths, which right here, which is 28 out of 100 boxes shaded. Here is 76 hundredths, or 76 out of 100 boxes shaded. As you can see, the orange amount here is much more than the orange amount here. Therefore, 28 hundredths is less than 76 hundredths. Okay. Next, 2 decimals. Compare 6 tenths and 4 tenths. Use the models to help. So taking a look at both models here, we have 6 tenths, or 6 out of 10, shaded, and 4 tenths, or 4 out of 10. And thinking back to what we learned earlier this year, we might remember that the 6 tenths in this model, if we're thinking back on fractions, that's 6 tenths, or 6 out of 10. And this is 4 tenths, or 4 out of 10 pieces. Okay? So all we need to do is say, okay, 6 tenths is more than 4 tenths, and move on with our lives. Here we have hundredths and hundredths. I'm going to skip ahead a few levels, kids, so you can practice those levels. This is where I wanted to get to, is when we have something like a single set of hundredths. So here's 3 hundredths, and here's 16 hundredths. And looking at the models, we can clearly see the 16 hundredths is more than the 3 hundredths. Okay? So put in the correct symbol, which is less than, and move on. Okay? Now here we have a bit of a new situation. We are comparing hundredths over here to tenths right here. But if you look at how much of this square is shaded and how much of this square is shaded, remember we worked on a level earlier this last week where we looked at 2 numbers and we said, okay, are these numbers the same decimal? Because remember, there are equivalent decimals as well as equivalent fractions. So here we have 90 out of 100 pieces, 90 hundredths, and 9 out of 10 pieces. And recall that, okay, we have, it looks like the same amount is shaded in. So just looking at the models, there is 1 column not shaded and 1 column not shaded. Another way to think about this is there is 0 hundredths, 0 ones, 9 tenths, 9/10, no hundredths, and over here we have nothing. Well, remember in decimals we can represent that 9/10 as 90 hundredths. So in this case, these decimals are equal. Again, consider how much of this shape is purple and how much of this shape is purple. Okay, those are equal. Okay, we're back to tenths and tenths. Simply click on the symbol. It is less than 3/10 is less than 4/10. So we're back to another example, and this is where it gets, we have to really pay close attention to what's going on in our models here. So if we just look at how much of the model is green and how much of the model is green, which model has more of it shaded in green? 9/10 or 78 hundredths? The 9/10 does have more of the model shaded in green in this case. Therefore, the 9/10 is more than 78 hundredths. And just take for a moment and consider, here we have 9 full columns. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 full columns shaded in green. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 full columns shaded in. So here we have 9/10. Here we have 7/10. And just comparing those two place values shows us that this shape has more shaded in than this shape right here. So remember, take a look at how much of the model is shaded in and compare how much is shaded in. Or another way to think about it is you can compare how much is unshaded. Here we have, right here we have a 10th not shaded in, and here we have 2/10 and 2 hundredths not shaded in. Okay, so we want to find which one is larger, and in this case, 9/10 is greater than 78 hundredths. Okay, so try a few of these on your own. This is the T plus level, a good level right above the T14. Now let's take a look at the T14 level. The T14 level asks you to do a couple of things. And again, sometimes we're good at math, but we're bad at directions. So let's look at the directions. First, it says graph. So all you need to do is take both these numbers here. This first number is 8/10. Here is 3/10. And we're going to graph them. So all we're going to do is click on the number line, 3/10 and 8/10. Here is a word of caution, everyone. Here, this question changes again and again. So you have to really slow down and pay attention to what is the question asking you to do. Here it's asking me which number is closer to 1.0 or 1, or otherwise known as 10/10. 8/10, 9/10, 10/10. Well, if you look right here, this number is closest to 8/10, therefore that is our solution. Okay, same thing. Graph both numbers, 6/10, 7/10, and then which number is closer to 10/10 or 1, and then we have to click the number also. Oops, don't click that right there. Okay, so now the question changed on us. We still have to graph both numbers, 2/10, 1/10, just did that right there. And then it asks which number is smaller. Remember, smaller is denoted by which number is farthest to the left. And this is something we haven't addressed in a while since the beginning of the year. As you move left on the number line, the numbers decrease. As you move right on the number line, the numbers increase. Therefore, 1/10 is farther left than 2/10. 1/10 is smaller. Okay? Another smaller question. I'm just going to click through these real quick. Now the question's changed again. It asks which number is closer to 15 hundredths. So graph both numbers, 7 hundredths and 14 hundredths, and then which number is closer to 15 hundredths over here, and you can see directly next to it is 14, and we move on. So in summation today, you are comparing decimals in that T14 plus level using models, and then you're also going to graph decimals and then compare using a number line. So give both T14, the other T14 plus level a shot. Remember, the goal is 90 unless your parents want you to shoot for a 100 or a higher score than 90. Give it a shot, kids, and have a great day.